1 billion internet users, but yet your online presence is negligible in terms of revenues and profits. Why is that? And is that something you're looking to scale?
So we are largely an offline retailer,
Yes.
as you rightly said. We have in the recent years started a pilot, in fact last year, which we are rolling out at the moment to ensure that we are present in the quick commerce space in a relevant way. And this quick commerce platform is such that it operates within, let's say, 7 to 10 kilometers radius of each of our stores. And when you log into our app, you can you get automatically tagged to the closest Vishal store, and you can see the merchandise available in that store. And if you were to place an order, and if you would choose to, we could deliver to you within 2 hours. And if you were to buy more than 299 rupees, the delivery would be free.
Okay.
So we are quite encouraged by the early response. And we are now rolling out this quick commerce platform to other stores beyond the pilot. And as we speak, we are present now with our quick commerce platform in 375 odd cities in India. So yes, in a very relevant, capital efficient way, we will ensure that we bring to our customers the benefits of digital commerce. And we think it's very relevant for our customers because, as you know, the monthly shopping basket, carrying it home is a big challenge for our lady
So what
customers.
are the revenues and profit numbers of your overall online presence and of quick commerce today?
It's still in a pilot stage, so I wouldn't quite go to the numbers. I would only say that it's shown.
But you're in 375 cities offering
It's
quick
just
commerce.
happening as we speak.
As we have.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's.
And
just
what's the
happening.
investment you've put in?
It's not significant because you would realize that there's no dark store there. It's only from our retail stores. And the inventory is fungible between the store and the...
So there will be no cash burn, as we see with other quick commerce
There would be
companies?
some to begin with, but very small.
Very small.
Yeah.
Okay. Enough to dent your margins as it scales up?
No.
You will make sure?
Yeah, at this moment, as you can see, it's not dented our margins.
How quickly will you scale up quick commerce from the current 375 stores?
So we keep watching. We are watching the results all the time, and there is the time that we take to roll out will depend on two things. Firstly, what is the sort of response that we are getting?
So tell us the response, right, of your pilot.
Some of our early stores are showing very good promise.
Like?
They are getting incremental customers to Vishal. You would obviously expect the current Vishal customers to avail of this facility because, as I mentioned, the task of carrying monthly shopping home, if you do not have a four-wheeler, is quite daunting. So that is a bit obvious. But we are very encouraged to see that a very significant number of new customers have come into Vishal because of the quick commerce platform.
Okay, got it. So now let's talk about your store count addition. On an average, you've been increasing your store count by 10%, at least based on the data that we have. Today, you're present in 645 stores. What's the expansion plan?
So you're absolutely right. That's the pace at which we've expanded. Our experience with new store rollout has been very good. For example, I'll share just one data point with you. Our payback on capex, store capex, is 19 months, which to the best of my knowledge is the shortest in Indian retail. So that is very encouraging. And we are hoping to scale up a new store rollout to something like 80 to 100 stores per year now. But I must underline the fact that the goal is not only to open new stores, but it's to open new successful stores. And therefore, the availability of the right properties, etc., would continue to determine that number, actually.
So you're largely present in North. You've got, the most number of stores are in Uttar Pradesh, but you also have presence in Delhi, etc., Karnataka, Assam. But predominantly in West, your store, the percentage of your stores is 8-9% of the overall. So now when you look to expand, what's the geographical concentration going to look like?
Reema, at the moment, we are present in 30 states and union territories in India. We are present in 403 cities. When the erstwhile Vishal Retail was first acquired in March 2011 through the bank-run CDR process, It was indeed largely a North and East company. And in the earlier years, of course, the objective was to expand into North and East because our coverage was somewhat patchy at that point in time. And then we have ranked all the states in India based on the cost structure. And obviously, we are going from low cost to high cost. And as we speak right now, we are opening stores in Kerala. And after that, there would be essentially 3 states in India that we would be looking at for expansion, which are Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, and Gujarat. So you're right in saying that our presence in West is somewhat lower than the other.
But you're addressing it now.
Yes.
And you're moving from low cost to high cost. That means?
In terms of cost structure of that state in a commoditized sense, not specifically for us. So things like electricity cost and so on.
Okay. And this cash on the books of 700 crore rupees, how do you typically utilize it? How much goes in adding, say, 80 to 100 stores every year?
So a significant part of our cash will go into growth. And there would still be some surplus, you're right. And that's a call which the board will have to take at some stage.
Have you all been paying dividend?
No, not so far. But as you know, the nature of ownership was largely private equity funded. And I'm not at liberty to comment on what decisions the board may take in the future. But suffice to say that we have cash, and our first priority is to grow as much as we can in the coming years.
So how much of this cash will be utilized for store addition?
So as I mentioned, it will be at least 30-40% of our cash will go into that. Then we, as I mentioned, the e-commerce pilot and so on, we are looking at several new initiatives. And yeah, the important thing is that we are fully financed to pursue our dreams of growth in every single of these cases. And yeah, but we have to be guided by what our board decides.
Okay. Have you all made acquisitions in the past?
No.
No. And is that something which makes sense for a company like you, or it's off the table?
No opinion on that.
No
it
opinion.
depends on whether it makes sense for Vishal or not.
No. What would be the average price of your apparel? We've used the word value, affordable so many times, so out of curiosity.
So it's about 200 rupees
200 rupees.
per garment. And it's slightly lower in spring, summer, and slightly higher in autumn, winter.
And when you expand to, say, a Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, so-called higher cost, will this number go up?
The average selling price, I'm not certain about that. Because typically the states which are high in rental, for example, also give a higher revenue per square foot.
Okay.
So the rental has to be seen as a percentage of revenue. And if you look at it in an absolute sense, it could be misleading.
Misleading. Okay.
Yeah.
Will there be any change in your category mix? So as of now, 44% is apparel, FMCG is 27%, general merchandise is 29%. Now, FMCG has moved up marginally from 25 to 27%. Apparel has remained the same. Going ahead, is there a need to change this mix based on what you're seeing?
Not really. So this mix has been at this level from our very early days, and we will maintain it. Of course, in the it goes up and down a little bit as it would. So yeah, that's been happening, but basically it's been at this level only.
So this is, Gunender, 3.0, right, for Vishal Mega Mart. First, when the promoter started it. Second was when Kedara took over 6 years.
TPG.
TPG, then Kedara. So 2 private equity, shareholders or promoters, and now as a listed entity. We've seen phenomenal growth in the last 6 years. Tell us about from here on.
So we are very optimistic about our future. We are excited about the idea of serving the middle and lower middle income group India. It will be our endeavor every day of the year to serve them in the best possible fashion. And I've illustrated that through some of the examples which I spoke about. That will be our prime focus. And through that, I hope we can make a small difference out there. If we were to do that, it would be very satisfying.
Pleasure speaking with you and wish you all the very best.
Likewise. Thank you very much.